Has Bitcoin reached its low? Are we at the beginning of the end of this massive bull run? And when I say the beginning of the end, I mean 3 to 6 months of upside movement where the gains can be incredible if you know what you're doing. So if you like today's video, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification. If you haven't taken my free crypto trading masterclass, which makes more sense of what we're going to cover today, take it. It's in the description below. It's free. You'll love it. And by the way, I'm Jagir. I'm the award-winning author of The Extraordinary New Venture Capital Opportunity, How to Invest Like a Pro. I've also been trading currencies for over 15 years, and now I bring that knowledge and wisdom to you in the crypto markets. And I was featured in the best-selling book, High Probability Trading Strategies, amazing book. So let's dive into Bitcoin. So what are we seeing right now? So I'm going to dive into the chart. So if you've seen my previous videos, you would have seen that what we're looking at, if you're familiar with Elliott Waves, if you're not, take the free crypto trading class because I cover a bit of Elliott Wave theory in there, is we're looking at this wave 1, this move up to a wave 3, and then, sorry, there's a wave 2 down here as well, just so you know I can count. There's a wave 2 down here. My face might be covering it, it's down here. Is that 1 to 3? Huh? I used to be a math teacher. And yeah, so you need to be able to count. So we've got this 1, 2, and this massive move up to the 3. And what we said on April 19th and then May 3rd, we're likely going to have a wave 4, which typically unfolds in 3 waves. And it was textbook. It was A, B, C. And then around 2 or 3 days ago, I said we're likely to see Bitcoin go down to 34 to 32,000, and it is in that range right now. Some people are starting to call me the oracle. Is because I predict these things, not because I'm just want to forecast for the sake of forecasting. It's because I want valuable information that's going to allow me to help you and to help myself make more profits, minimize losses, and maximize the upside potential. So what I want to do today is zoom in. So 2 things. 1, I use a momentum indicator called Stochastics RSI. The setting, if you're ever using Stochastics RSI, the setting that is set on Bitcoin on the daily chart is 8533. If that makes no sense to you, don't worry about it. But what we're seeing here is that is oversold, that the momentum is at a low, and that we should see a turn, and then we should see some upside momentum, which gives us a lot of information. But what I want to jump into today is the hourly chart. So I'm looking at this really close, like a hawk. So if we're clear, let me just make sure this is crystal clear to you. So this whole move, this move here, this big move down, is the same part as this move up here. This 3 going down here to here is what we're looking at. But what we want to look at is this last part of this move, right? This last part of this move, because the last part of a move should unfold into 5 waves, and if it does, that can give us valuable information to say how close are we to the end of this. You know, some people call it a crash. I call it a correction. There's a wave for correction. There's corrective waves. So if you're not familiar with Elliott Waves, take my free masterclass. I really encourage it. It's because we cover Elliott Waves. You wanna know this. What I'm seeing here is a nice and normally I cover Elliott Waves going on the upside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it works exactly the same, just the other way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here we're seeing a 1, 2, a nice move to the downside, a potential 3, and we look like we're making a wave 4. What comes after a wave 4? Well, it's a wave of 5 to the downside. So I'm going to do some live analysis for you so we can get some really tight projections of what's likely to potentially be the end of this big correction. Then we should expect to move to the upside, a bit more of a correction, and then all-time new highs. If that happens, man, the altcoins are going to shoot to the moon. It's going to go beyond the moon. It's going to be amazing. Likely. We never know for certain, but likely. So let's just do some wave 5 analysis. So I've done all this. This confirms that it's likely to be a wave 3. So I don't need that information no more. I've done some wave 4 projections. This red line is the most important one, but now it's looking likely. Let's just get rid of this so we can keep the charts nice and clean. Yeah, that's fine. So what is a typical wave 5 price zone? Well, you can measure wave 1 to 3 and project it from the potential wave 4. We don't know if this is a wave 4 yet, but it's likely to be a wave 4 on a micro scale. And if you want, I do some advanced crypto trading courses as well. I run some of those and I teach this stuff. So don't worry if you're not familiar. The main thing I want you to get from today is the following. The most typical price projection for a wave 5 is if you measure wave 1 to 3 and project it from 4 is 62% of that, and then 100% is typical maximum. So these are lower than what we were anticipating. So it could be as low as 29,000. So we might see Bitcoin go down to around the 29, 30,000 mark before it completes its correction. But how do we know which one of these is going to be more likely? There's a few things we can do. One of them is something called the external retracement. So we measure this again. We're assuming this is the wave 4 low, but if high. If it is, typically a wave 5 completes 127 to 162. 162, and you can see that this one is right here. So we're saying that this 62% is more of a higher probability. Last but not least, wave 5, when wave 3 is extended like this, wave 5, which is this final wave that we're expecting, often has a really close correlation to the wave 1, and it's normally 100%. So we're going to measure wave 1. I'm doing this fast because I want to respect your time, you see. I want to kind of give you the nuggets of gold, and then it will help you make some good decisions. In fact, I want to do it like this so it keeps it cleaner. I'm going to project it from here. Boom. Oh. I'll take it from the extreme and then we'll project it low. There we go. And now we've got these two numbers here. Yep. Let me just go here. This is the number that we really want. This one here. All right, so now we've got this really pretty tight zone, this tight zone over here. We can also look at time as well. It's mainly going to be in relationship to these previous waves, but typically, you know, if we measure it, it's going to be, I'm going to just do this for you. We're going to measure this wave 1. I'm going to take it as this low here. There was this kind of outlying bar. I'm going to project this forward from this potential wave 4. This is going to be valuable for you, very, 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 very valuable for you. And for me, I'm going to take this wave 3. Even though this is the wave 3 like this, there's this obvious swing that's happening from here to here. And I want to project that forward as well. Right, so what do we have here? So we have this really tight zone. I like to get a visual. The tight zone is, this is a key number and this is a key number. So here to even here. This is a tight zone. So we could potentially, so if I move this now, this wave 4, I'm actually seeing it here. Right now we've got this more information. As the market unfolds, it tells us the psychology of the market. How is the market as a whole feeling? Now there's millions of players, if not tens of millions of players in Bitcoin itself. You know, it's over $1 trillion market cap or thereabouts. And this tells us the kind of like the average mass psychology feel of the market. But what looks likely is that we're going to see a low of a wave 4. And if this confirms, this could be the potential low that we're anticipating will hold for when the market starts to make new highs. And if the market starts to make new highs with Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is the brand, it's the big brother, it's the category king of crypto. I know it's a store of value as their main use case, but when Bitcoin is doing well, it kind of lifts the whole market up and the confidence of the whole market from a psychological standpoint, which encourages buying. When people are feeling more optimistic, it encourages buying, right? When you're feeling something more optimism about something, you kind of go, okay, it's more likely to go up. And that buying power will kind of drive the price up as well. So let's just confirm this. So we're saying this is on an hourly chart. So I am looking at the 10th of June, which is tomorrow at 9 a.m. So what is that? Now is 9 a.m. So it's around 24 hours. Maybe we have one more day on the downside, around approximately. And the latter part of the swing is also the 10th of June, but 9 p.m. So we've got a 24 to 36 hour window where we might highly probable see a low of Bitcoin. And if that occurs, what we want to see is confirmation. We don't want to just buy here randomly or take that as the indication, even if it reaches this price zone. What we're going to look for next, what I'm looking for next, and what I'm encouraging you to look for next is exercise patience. Yeah, you want to exercise patience. We want to see a good move to the upside, and then the first pullback is where I would recommend looking at buying opportunities for Bitcoin, but other cryptos also. And if we move this in reference to the previous price action, even of this move here, what we want to see is something called an overbalance of time and price. So this movement here, the size of this movement, and even this movement here, ideally I want to see a movement that's equal to and ideally a bit bigger. So we want something like this, with a 50 to 78.6% retracement, and then here will be prime time. Prime time. Will it unfold like this? I don't know. I cannot predict the future, but this is the next best thing. We can predict with high probability of what's likely to occur based on the information that the market's given us, because it unfolds in predictable patterns based on mass psychology, based on fear and greed, based on buying and selling, optimism and pessimism. So there you have it. So Bitcoin, again, the price range we said was, let me just zoom in. I'm saying this for myself as well as for you. If I just kind of go here, the high point of this number here is 30,000, 31,000, well, it's technically 30,712. That's what the number is here. And the low, approximately 29,000. So 31, let's call it 31 to 29,000. We may see Bitcoin go that low. And if people are not aware of this information that you're getting, it's going to cause panic, right? Because remember, fear and pessimism, that's going to kind of go, oh my lord, this is the beginning of the bear market, sell, sell, sell. So that's going to be occurring, especially if we go below this point here, below, what is this low here? It is $31,026. If we go below that point, people are going to see that as a support zone. And if we break through that, people are going to panic. But actually knowing this advanced information, go, nope, wave 5s are normal. Wave 5s do exceed wave 3s more often than not, and this is the typical high probability time and price zone. So there you have it. You have the wisdom, you have the edge, you have the probability in your favor. You can have golden hodl hands if you're holding Bitcoin and hold with a bit more confidence. Is it guaranteed that it's not going to go lower than 30,000? No, it's not, but the probability. So we're always looking for the probability, but what I'm really looking at is what other buying opportunities are going to unfold when Bitcoin reverses. Right, at the moment, there's a lot of selling opportunities, a lot of short opportunities. I'm short on a few different projects at the moment, BNB being one of them, Binance Coin, which is doing incredibly well at the moment. So there you have it. If you like today's video, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, watch my free crypto trading masterclass, because the Elliott Waves and some of the core principles, the 3 secrets that I share, are in that free masterclass. And I will see you very soon.